This is the third annual mainline bike race with the biggest benefiter being Narberth Ambulance, which is the 911 EMS responder for 5 municipalities surrounding this region.
So Narberth Ambulance itself is the 911 provider for not only Lower Merion and Narberth, but also for Conshohocken, West Conshohocken, and Haverford Townships. A total of almost 10,000 911 requests annually. And so our job basically costs an exorbitant amount to deliver the best vehicles, the best trucks, the best trained paramedics and EMTs that we possess. And as a result, those monies have to come from somewhere. While fire companies tend to have like their carnival or they tend to have some kind of promotion, we didn't have a fundraising component that was committed. That grew out of our chief's son, who he was an ambulance person and a bike person. He put it together, and then with the help of a really strong administrative team, turned this bike race into what it is today.
So I started it my senior year of high school. I'm now a junior in college. We started it to help Narberth Ambulance, boost their budget and buy new trucks. Last year we were able to help purchase a new truck with the bike race money that we've raised. And then this year, able to keep everything running up at the start-finish line.
So imagine this is a 3-ring circus. There is a cycling race, and if you're a fan of cycling, we are a fan and are grateful for all the people who show up. If you're not a cycling fan, come for the Family Fun Center. I've got a Tired Hands beer release today, along with a Tired Hands beer garden, where you can come, watch the race, and have a drink. Complementing that is a Family Fun Center that has a huge slide, a Euro bungee concept. There's a thing called soccer darts, which looks great. It's a 2-story thing, and it's Velcro, and you kick the soccer ball like you're playing darts. We also have face painting, and there's a tattoo artist. There's a lot of really good stuff. And then the third part is we like cars. If you don't like 2 wheels, we'll give you 4. There's a car show that sits right down at the end of it, and it's a Pennsylvania Historic Car Show, and then we also have some exotics on scene. So as a result, you can basically come and experience Ardmore in all of its fashion, and then more importantly, if you want to eat here, we're going to have food. The businesses are open. For those who enjoy an August day in Ardmore, you wouldn't be disappointed.
It's fantastic. I think it's great for the community. It's great for the shops. It's great. The Trek store here, Narberth Ambulance, they run a great event. There's a kids venue down here. You get to see everybody. You get to see all these races. There's probably a dozen races today. You get to see everybody come by, 10, 20, 30 times. When the pros go later, they'll probably do 40 laps or something. So, you get to see everybody come by every lap. You get to see a lot of the strategy, the tactics, teams working together. So it's just, they're great spectator sport.
Westchester's bike race is the night before, last night. And they're a huge draw for some of the pro riders. And then us being the day after, if they travel, they can come to our race as well. The criterium style runs all summer, and we are able to, jump onto the circuit. It's a official U.S. cycling race.
It's a shorter, timed event. Masters races are usually 45 minutes to an hour. My race today was 45 minutes. I think I had 47 on my computer for my time today. So it's really just as many laps as you can do within that 45-minute time frame. They'll do a couple of laps. They'll figure out your average time and then say, okay, if they're doing 2-minute laps, 45 minutes, they're going to do 22 laps. Then they'll start putting a lap counter up with 15, 16 to go, and then you just go from there.
We run over 10,000 911 calls a year, and so that is our primary mission, is to provide state-of-the-art pre-hospital emergency services, transport the ill and the injured to regional medical centers for final care. And we've been doing that. This is actually our 75th year, so this bike race dovetails very nicely with our 75th year of service. Beyond that, we do a lot of community outreach. In this day and age, unfortunately, with times being what they are, we go out, we do a lot of school safety, active shooter trainings, we do stop the bleed campaigns, a lot of CPR, AED training, and general first aid knowledge and awareness all throughout the community, from people's homes. Somebody has a new baby and they want us to come to teach them infant CPR or choking procedures. Doctors' offices and other allied health professional services call us all the time and ask us to come out and train them. It just goes on and on, but there's an extensive outreach beyond responding to 911 calls with what we do in terms of helping to keep the community safe.
Narberth Ambulance is part of the community, so we're working as hard as we can to get everything done with the residents that they expect from us. We sent out, had to go sent out letters and went to some community meetings throughout Ardmore to make sure that we were doing everything we could to support them. If anyone had anything special going on, whether it was a moving truck or they needed to leave at a specific time, we made sure to get it all handled and figured out to work with them.
So I started racing as a 12-year-old in central Pennsylvania. All my brothers played basketball, but I was always into cycling. I don't know, I got a bike when I was a young kid, and just back in those days, I just ventured out into the woods and started biking. It was my getaway, my escape, and I've been doing it pretty much ever since. Mountain bike, cyclocross, and now pure road racing, and just stuck with it. It's great for your, it's great for your system. It's great for your body. Keeps you healthy, hopefully. So it's just a great sport to get out and enjoy nature and get out and enjoy, pedaling around and seeing the world.
I can't stress enough how critical this event is. Literally what happens is, just to cut right to the bottom line, is after the net proceeds are tallied up from this event, it goes into an account that helps us buy another ambulance for the community, and it's that simple. A new ambulance costs anywhere from $250,000 to $300,000, depending on the style, the make, the model, and what goes in it. But in order to get state-of-the-art, highest quality pre-hospital emergency vehicles, that's the cost. It's something that we rely upon, not only our membership drive and our billings, but also these types of fundraisers to help us be able to sustain our fleet and make sure that we have the best equipment so that people are getting the best care possible anytime they call 911.
And that's the most expensive part of the ambulance, which is literally buying new trucks. And they age fast. They are used heavily, and they are used in rapid acceleration, deceleration. It puts a lot of stress on the vehicle. Replacing one, we do practically every 15 months. And so our goal here is to find that money, because there's 9 trucks in our fleet. So we're constantly taking the oldest one and replacing a 9-year-old truck. We have to find ways to offset those costs. We do that well with this bike race, because after all the bills are paid, the fencing and the support and all the stuff that goes into it, the balance goes right into a fleet replacement plan. It doesn't do general fund, it doesn't do operating, it pays for trucks. I can't show a better tangible donation component to a product that actually meets the streets and takes care of people.